Please welcome Sarah Gunn. We're going to talk about crafts with the kids, but before we get there, we have to talk about this season. I mean, it's to me a really fun season for families and for kids, and you like to take a photo of your kids every year, like we all do,
yes,
with the stockings.
Yes.
So we have a couple of those we want to show because your sons
So
are here
cute.
with us in studio. This is so cute.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of families like to go out there and take the picture with Santa.
Absolutely, every year.
So we have a couple of pictures with Santa.
Yes, we do.
One that didn't go as well as planned.
Sometimes Santa's feeling it, and sometimes maybe he's having a little bit of a rough day.
That Santa, I mean, I could see his full outfit underneath the suit.
I pulled that
The
one
beard
out.
wasn't even on properly. He's a grumpy Santa.
He's not feeling it that day. It was so funny, and they kind of weren't sure, so I was kind of near Santa, and they were near me.
Oh, yes.
But it's my favorite Santa photo of all time.
We're going to spend some time on the show talking about the whole Santa photos because some kids are severely traumatized by that. But before we get there, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about crafts for the kids. We all know you're very crafty. You're great with the DIYs. Now's a great time of year to get the kids involved.
Well, it is, and Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I love the decor that we have here from HomeSense. It's so kid-friendly, it's so colorful, it's so fun, and it's got that retro feel.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do with my kids this year and to show on the show is all of the old school crafts that we did when we were young and introduce them to them because they can buy kits and everything's already there and all they have to do is assemble it. So I thought, let's go
back to basics.
I was going to say let's go out in nature, but no, let's go to the craft store and buy some pot cones and paint them and add little pom-poms to look like Christmas trees, right?
That is
They had
so
a lot of
cute.
fun with that. And then do you remember the popsicle stick? Cooper, do you want to hold up your snowman
You
there,
can
honey?
do almost anything with popsicle sticks. So I like the idea of making your own ornaments, whether it is, can you get in there, hun? Whether it is a reindeer or a Christmas tree like you have over there.
And my tip with crafts like this is make sure you have everything you need ahead of time. And if there's cutting that needs to be done, any prep work, do that ahead because I feel like with kids, you've got a time limit. I say know your limit and craft within it.
That's right.
When they're done, they're done.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're waiting for paint to dry, have them working on something else.
I agree, and I think a lot of times in our heads we think, oh, this craft is going to take all afternoon. No, done in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
So what's now? Can I have a snack?
Exactly.
So you have to be realistic about that, right?
Totally. And then, of course, paper plate crafts, right?
Ah, yes.
And here, Jacob, look up for a sec. So you can do a little Santa cutout and have your child look through it. He loves it. And then there's a little snowman face. And my other thing is, I always have samples made of things when I work with kids, but let them go with it. Let them run with it. So this is Cooper's. He made this reindeer, and he wanted to write a little message, and it says, I love you. How can you say no to that?
Yeah,
right?
you do kind of have to let go and let them come up with whatever they want. Just leave the stuff out there.
Exactly.
If it's a five-eyed monster reindeer, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their creation.
He may have a blue nose this year.
He
Doesn't
might
matter.
have a blue nose this year.
And then there's an idea for your old Christmas cards.
So how did you make this?
That, if you flip it around, you can see it's just a wooden circle that you can get at a craft store.
Yeah.
And then I just cut out 3 or 4 different size circles and glued them on. And I want to show you, like, people are like, ooh, how do you cut out circles? Do you have a special machine? No.
A mug?
The reason I brought that cup and the roll of ribbon, I use things around the house for all my shapes, for cutting everything. I just raid the kitchen, raid my craft box, and use them as tracers because I don't want to go out and buy stuff to trace.
No, you don't need them.
Another trick, too, is, so we did this tree as well, which is a lot of fun. It's a felt tree that your kids can redecorate. Cooper's already done this, and Jacob helped earlier. And you can take them off and rearrange them because they, in theory,
are supposed to stick.
Will stick.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's fun. And if you're worried about the shapes, I just went online and I got clip art of all these different ornament shapes, printed it, cut it out, and then I pinned it directly on the felt to cut each shape. So it could not be easier. And it's something that the kids can play with over and over again.
Very smart. If only this situation could be happening in real life in our lives. Like, have you ever seen quieter kids doing crafting?
I'm going to put a camera on every time we do any craft at home.
Seriously? That's pretty amazing. Okay, thank you, Sarah, for all these great tips. And you know what? Do spend some time having some fun with your kids at this time of year instead of just being stressed out. And I say that not just to you, but to myself.
I know.
I'm talking to myself right now, too.